Okay, welcome to another episode of the Arena on Serious Play. Let's see if we're live. Oh, I see a picture of myself. Dave will be checking to see if the levels are okay. But that doesn't concern you and me right now, fellow viewer. Today, we're going to be playing a familiar game. If you've watched previous episodes of the show, we're going to be playing Overwatch, the squad-based shooter where you play as a collection of heroes. Kind of as we kind of talked about last time we play this game, it's a kind of a mixture between the MOBA style of game where you have a roster of heroes to choose from with each their own unique abilities, but it's also a team shooter like Counter-Strike, where you have to work together with your team, and there's a lot of Twitch-based, like who can click on the other person's head the fastest, so to speak, if we really want to reduce it down to its most simplest components. The name of the game, though, in Overwatch is definitely teamwork. And so today we're going to take a little bit of a different turn. Last time we just played solo on the ranked system, and today we're going to be joined first and throughout this one by Dave, who's the co-host.
Hi,
Dave,
everybody.
Dave, you should be able to hear Dave on the other side. And then we'll also be joined about halfway through the stream by Ryan, as well, who also plays Overwatch. And if you play Overwatch, maybe we can find you too. Are you in game right now, Dave?
I am.
Alright, then we are not friends because I don't see you.
No, you never mind. Actually, I'm not in game.
Oh, you're not in game. Okay.
Yep, I thought I was, but I hadn't pressed the play button yet, so I'm doing that now.
Okay, and you are Admiral.
Yes, Admiral Stanley.
Okay, so in case you needed a tutorial audience on how to invite a friend over to your team, this is how. Let's see, do I have any loot boxes to open? No. There's like this cool Lego Bastion skin. Is there an event going on right now?
Yes, I think they just patched it like yesterday.
Oh, okay. Let's see, how much does this one cost? I probably wouldn't get it because, brick. Okay, cool. Participating in Bastion's Brick Challenge. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a free one. Alright. Oh, we have our skill rating range is too disparate to play competitive mode. What's your skill rating? Let's see.
Probably very low.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the chat so I can see it on my side of things. Oh, have you even played ranked mode?
Not a lot. It's been a while, so I thought I did early on when it first launched, but...
Let's see. I was really hoping... Let's see. I'm wondering why... Okay, so it says due to our rank's skill range. I'm wondering why... I'm just trying to figure this out. If we have to play, we'll just play quick... If we have to, we can just play quick play, but...
Yeah, I think we may have to.
Yeah. I just want to know the reason why. It's kind of...
I don't think I'm placed this season.
I don't think I'm placed this season either, though. I guess... I did place, I think, in season 16, which is the one before this. So
yeah, I think the last time I placed was season 1.
I think it's season 2. I was looking at your profile.
Yeah.
All right, I'm popping out the chat real quick.
So stream sounds fine, by the way.
Okay, good. That's really good. Okay, so I got chat out. If anyone wants to talk and say things now, we could talk. All right, I'm gonna get a loot box though when we do this next game. So I'll just quick play for us. Oh, quick play has role select?
Yes, it does.
I did not know that. I thought it was only... Okay, that's good. That was the thing I wanted to do. Because when we did this for the arena in early July, the last time, there was no role select at all. And then I didn't know if it was just competitive or not. Okay, so that's one of the new things I want to do. Because like a lot of games are adding role select now. I know that League of Legends has had it for a while. But like Dota added role select this summer. Let's start out. I'm gonna play support too. So we're queuing as double support.
Well, it should mean quick queue times.
Hopefully. What supports do you like to play as?
I tend to play Zenyatta, Lucio, and Bridget.
I'm Ana all the way. I love Ana.
She's
Hey.
great. I'm not very good at her, but
Hey Daniel, how are you?
Hi. It's okay for me to hang out here?
Yeah, it absolutely is. You can come here, sit
Nice
down
meeting you.
here, and you can look at the chat. Make sure that you're on the visuals.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, we want to see you. We want to see you. You
Oh.
know.
It's so
Dave, you
embarrassing.
should be able to hear through the TV.
Dave's here?
Yeah,
right?
I can.
Yeah. So he's yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, Daniel. Nice to see you.
Awesome.
All right. So our team comp here is you and I are playing supports. Oh, I didn't realize that they also do like the hero pool by like tank damage healer or support right.
Yeah.
That's really nice too. That there's like it gives you a more quick way of identifying what the team comp is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that exactly. Yeah, I think honestly they only just launched role select into quick play on the patch that came out 2 days ago.
Well, then we hit the right time. So we
Yeah.
can't play ranked today, Daniel. Because,
Oh, really?
I'm gonna say it's Dave who's not. I'm too high ranked for Dave. I'll say.
He's probably right. Like I haven't done any ranks since like season 2.
Oh, okay. So this is quick play, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
but it's still roll queue.
Ah, awesome. So you guys playing support.
Yeah, we're both playing support. Yeah.
And maybe if you're a Jonek, you can play Zenyatta as a DPS.
That's kind of how I play. I do a little bit of deep Sun Zen.
Awesome.
Oh. That was a bad name. Who's this one behind here? Alright, so we're pushing up into the point. Let's see if I can nade some of them. Road is naded.
Ooh.
Nope.
This went pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty
Usually
much
you don't
sold
get
it.
this on the first. Ah, there
Ooh.
I go. Quick switch to Mercy. So it's actually one of the things that's like a relatively minor thing. That
Oh,
like,
it was so random. The guy was like,
yeah, but we got it. That's all that matters. And I'm golden healing, so I must be doing good.
Yeah.
But like one of the things that's kind of neat or interesting is like I used to play with this mouse all the time, and it's like not defective, but it's just not the normal mouse that I use now. And it's interesting. There's like a little more give also on this mat than the mat I'm normally. It's like I can tell that like aiming is like a little different than I've been aiming like in the past couple of days. It's kind of funny how like there's just these little things. Oop, shoot. I don't want to die. Need to. Oh gosh.
Junkrat is the best.
That's subjective.
Yeah.
Well, right after Overwatch launched in 2016, there was like a piece, I guess it was on Kotaku, I don't remember, that the guy was like praising Junkrat because he was playing Overwatch just because of Junkrat, because it was so chaotic, so like random the way that you play with him, that was like give him a sense of wonder.
Yeah.
And it's
I can see
amazing.
that.
It's so good because I mean it's so you don't know what you're doing like half of the time because it's so hard to aim due to the physics of the grenades and the things.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh. I need your help.
Ooh, nice.
I need you to be healing this Doomfist. He's moving around too much. He's doing what's good, which makes my life harder.
There's oh god, Roadhog and
The reload time is too long, darn it.
I'm coming.
Ooh,
I think that might be the end.
yeah.
Of that push at least.
Oh, I have to be like.
Uh,
there's a chat.
You
here,
don't have
man.
to super
Sorry.
pitch it. Oh, we got it. Oh, wait, so I'm just gonna say twice in a row now. You guys have gotten the point right when I respawn at the far respawn point.
Oh, this
Oh no.
But so far, this is going pretty well. Our team seems to be working pretty cohesively as a unit. And I like that there was like no stress at the beginning of the match of like, oh, who's gonna tank, who's gonna do what role. Like I just got
Right.
this. I just knew I was gonna play Ana beforehand, which is not. I have not played since role queue was announced. So.
Yeah, I think that role queue, having experienced it from the perspective of League of Legends, role queue was one of the things that made that game.
Oh, I just got a
tolerable to continue
nasty
to play.
nade. Get this monkey off me.
Sorry, Arisa.
She was purple when she started that? Yep. Darn.
Ooh.
Darn. Oh, wait, this was a bad idea. Darn it. You saw me,
Oh.
did you see me like try to turn around and
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
and
this-
like
Oh,
quick
but it's over.
Oh, we got it.
We
Good
got it.
job.
We
Okay,
got
so
it.
so since it's a quick play, we're not going to do 2 rounds, right? We just win.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
just win.
That's a thing I don't like about quick play, because you can like, okay, you lose, you know, you can have a comeback, you know, and that's something that I love about Overwatch League, when they have like these huge comebacks, when they like flip the score, you know, it's so amazing.
Yeah, I prefer the competitive like overall because like to me there's certain maps that are just like it's not I got a card as Ana, which doesn't always happen, but let's go ahead. I'll vote for myself. No, I agree. Like in the competitive version, the fact, like, because these are asymmetrical maps, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that you have to do both sides of the asymmetry, like, right, evens out the playing field to some
Yeah,
degree.
yeah.
There, I actually think we did really well because I think it's easier to defend on that particular map than
Yeah.
it is to take offense. All right, let's open up a loot box though.
Yeah, but you have to like have the right comp and whatever to like.
Yeah,
Here it's just you two guys, right?
it's just us for
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for the moment.
Someone is hating on you. Oh, someone is hosting us. Oh, thank you. 1,000. I cannot read that. I'm gonna have to move this to the other side of the thing.
Oh, sorry, I was.
No. You're not. You didn't do anything wrong. 1,000-year jam. Okay. Well, I don't know if I would eat 1,000-year jam, but you do you. All right.
Ah, Legion Tower is the best map. Oh man, I love this so much.
What do you like so much about it?
I like how they have like this. I like the control points better because I mean, sometimes it leads to like more direct confrontations of the team, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the verticality in Legion Tower, like especially in like the what's the name of no, not that one, the one with the I forgot, like because there are always 3 maps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's not the night market. It's
It's-
not. It's like the tower something. It's like the tower, the actual.
The one where there's
Legion
like
tower.
a little ledge up above,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you can
and you can like go from the outside, you know.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
yeah.
like multiple paths, but I like the verticality in that one.
Yeah, I think one of the things I like about Lijiang Tower and the other control ones is that each one feels like they have the same objective, but it shows how much map design can really
Yeah.
impact the way that you play the map. Like, for instance, on this particular map, and once you take that, it's really hard to get the pagoda back, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's like not open at all. Oh, shoot. You stop healing someone for 1 second and
Oh, it's Sigma. It's Sigma there.
Yep, that was Sigma. I'm gonna be careful because someone could sneak up behind me, but I want to take like
Yeah.
this kind of angle where like I can see my allies, but not really the other team.
Oh,
We got it. Okay, this is good.
Nicely done.
And so like you get to really see like when you're playing one of these. Oh gosh, I need your heals.
I'm here.
All right. I love Ana, but I hate playing a support that can't heal themselves. Or at least without like a big cooldown on the grenade, which is also your most potent offensive weapon. Did I get him with that grenade? I don't know. I need your heals again. Oh god. Oh, who booped me and why? Alright. Where's the wrist? I'm kind of claustrophobic right now. Anna kind of wants like longer sight lines and stuff.
Why this guy's like jumping in the middle? I mean,
I don't mind. He's kind
okay.
of.
Why not, right? Ooh, awesome.
Then I get slept at the same time. Darn, nobody capitalized on that guy sleeping. But hey, at least I took him out of the fight. Oh god, Zarya, come on over. Let me get you. I want like this. I want like a sight line like this, right? Where,
yeah.
I'm just pocketing somebody. You're kind of hard to heal, Dave.
But
I do my best.
Oh gosh, oh god, oh god.
Anna's ultimate is still like increases the speed of the character. No, just the power, right?
Yeah, just her ultimate.
It used to increase speed when the game was when she was first released as a hero.
Yeah.
But they changed it. Oh frick! I got booped right at that last second. Oh gosh, mine's.
Oh, those mines, they blew me up.
I'm so scared. One more second. Okay.
They should be coming for you, right? I mean, you're being very. You're not being very safe because you're in the middle of the thing, but they should be aiming to kill you and the other supporters, right?
Yeah, definitely. Me and Dave should be I think the first target, especially for the Wrecking Ball, who's kind of going in on his own. You really are hoping to get supports if you're doing stuff on your own. Let's see. We do have a teleporter up? Okay.
Yeah,
it's a really interesting teleporter too.
It's an interesting Is that a bad thing? I'm gonna go in. Oh god. Wait, first. I'm going in.
Ooh.
Full man. I had their full squad with a nade and I died. Hopefully that did enough. No one could. Hey, okay. Some people are dead. Maybe we get this. Symmetra. Oh no! Sorry, you probably didn't see this, Dave, but our Symmetra was going right towards the teleporter to like use it to get up to the high place and dive bomb the other team. And right as she got on it, it was taken by the enemy. Or it was destroyed.
Oh, no.
Oh yes, there's more. That should do it. All right.
You guys are owning this.
So far, so good.
And that's the other thing. You just play one round in control maps as well in quick play, or
nope, you play the best of 3.
Oh, okay.
It's
it's better.
It used to be it was best of 3 or best of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, this one is my favorite.
This is the one that you're talking about, right? Yeah. Where
I
it's
love
got
this
that
map
verticality.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to play, I think, a little aggressively when I play as Ana. Like, cause you were kind of commenting on my positioning, like, with Ana you kind of want to take, like, these passive angles where you're, like, just barely peeking, right, your allies, so that way, but I tend to play a little closer. I don't like shooting a lot like this. I like to shoot with just, like, the hip fire, a lot of the times, just kind of like...
Yeah, well, the hip fire is a hit scan, which I think helps a lot in that regard.
The hip fire is not a hit scan, actually.
Oh, is it the scoped that's the hit scan?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew that one of them was.
Oh, okay, so we got a Soldier 76 up there. Okay. Shoot, I was trying to shoot.
I mean, compared to other Ana players, you're being really aggressive, you know? And the enemies are not like taking advantage of this, you know?
Yeah, they're not punishing you.
Yeah.
So this is how you'd prefer I play, like, right, like back here, like this.
No, I'm not like you're definitely like succeeding on your play style, you know. Play like whatever you want.
No,
but I mean,
I was asking a question because I find it like well, that's the joy of the game is that you can. It's not only are there all these different heroes, right? It's like how you play the different heroes that defines your Ana or Ryo Jaehong is Ana versus somebody else's. Oh god. Okay, both tanks are down. We need to retreat. Oh wait. Are they both down now? Okay.
Arisa's up.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to defend though back here at the point and wait for our dead people to come back.
That push to the point didn't,
Ooh.
I probably could have slept him when he's hooked you, because he can't move. Just kind of spam my hip fire into the crowd of people.
Yeah, that's the way. That's why I like to play with Brigitte when I'm support, you know, because you can like you have to like get in the middle of the thing, you know, and you're like hitting people's faces with a badass weapon, so it's amazing.
No matter how angry I am at my teammates, I can just shoot them, right? You know, can't do that with any other heroes.
Yeah.
This Ryan is actually, he's not been present for the last couple fights. Alright, destroy that shield, and then I can...
Ooh, amazing. Oh man, you're healing so much.
I was really hoping that the shield would be gone when I threw that, so that way I would, like, get, like, a full both squads nail, but can't always get what you want.
The other thing is so dumb, they're trying to, like, get you guys, like, in the face, you know, you have to, like...
Yeah, they're not really, they're basically kind of like, they're like,
yeah,
go ahead.
Their soldier just ended up popping out from around a corner using his ultimate in the face of a tank. And it didn't go super well.
I BM'd them. Oh, whoops. Oh, I thought that last round was the last round when we finished it. And so I put GG, but that was in between rounds, which I get, it's kind of funny how BM, yeah, you can be, like, you can say something, it's kind of like Austin to some degree, right? like it's the perlocutionary act or the illocation. Yeah. It's like in that case when you say GG in between rounds, right? It's like it's an illocationary act that's like, ha, we got you. You're gonna lose.
You're taunting.
Right? Yeah, you're taunting. But when you say GG at the end of the game, it's like it's a different illocationary act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more fair play, right?
Yeah, exactly. Good job. Yeah, good game. Like, that was fun. But I said GG in between rounds on accident. And so, sup, dudes? I just added you both on Discord. Hit you up. Okay, I'll add you, Ryan, to the call. Okay, how do I add someone to the call?
Space duck accept. You should be able to click at the upper right corner on the DM itself. It says add friends to DM.
Oh, okay. And then... He's corpse. Wait, what is Ryan's name?
Stuck.
Sweet Stuck? Oh, hey.
There we go.
Is that you, Ryan? Oh, there he is. Can you speak, Ryan, to see if we can hear you? We may want to leave the. I guess.
Oh, Rialto.
I guess we'll just. Do we want to do this one without Ryan while he gets situated?
Sure.
Okay. Alright, let's play Ana again.
Oh, that Zenyatta skin is so awesome, man. I mean, it's so creepy. It's so creepy.
Really? The Nutcracker one?
Look at his face. I mean, it's so creepy.
I find that interesting that you find that creepy. I find that... Oh, I actually wanted to pick one of my other Ana skins.
Because it has no expression, you know? It's like... It's just like...
Yes.
It's a faceless thing killing you.
That's
you know?
what all Nutcrackers look like.
Yeah, they're all creepy.
I find that interesting. I always thought that was a cute skin. I thought like, oh, it's
really?
like a Nutcracker, yeah.
Oh my god, I find so... Look at that.
I find that cute. It's like, I like those just black eyes. I guess...
how it's like the void, you know?
Wait.
Like staring at the void.
Okay. Hold on, I want to see. Ryan, can you hear us?
He was able to hear me before, so he may be back away.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna turn you up, Ryan, because you're
good, man.
You're pretty quiet.
I'm booting Overwatch right now.
All right, we're gonna do one round without you, but But we're already in the round, so it's not like we're super doing it without you, you know. Just kind of doing it without you.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice.
I'm being really aggro. I don't need to be that far up.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to die. Alright, but first, you need to live. I like aiming. Like, to me, there's like an intrinsic joy in just aiming and shooting, like, things. And so I like Ana because I can play support, which is like my natural, like, what I kind of want to be doing. But I can also be, like, kind of doing the Twitch fire kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's almost the exact opposite of that reasoning is why I like playing Moira and Zenyatta to some degree. Zenyatta, like, I'm okay at managing
Did you see me try to sleep that Doomfist? I remember, that was so funny.
That's something. This is very interesting about Overwatch because they like banned the classic like roles in first-person shooters, you know. That's awesome because you can have like a support character, but it's also very aggressive, and it's like you have to be up close or you can be like distance, you know. It's so interesting how they like change. They get this from the MOBAs, you know, from the RPGs and whatever. This is like I mean, besides Team Fortress, maybe it's like
I would say
kind of a new thing, you know.
I would say that this game is a lot like Team Fortress, but if you're looking for like where it's really different, I would say that you hit the nail on the head. Like the supports are really where this game is like it takes more from MOBAs than it just does from other team-based. Ryan, yes. All right, so Ryan, you should be in the group now.
Cool, I'm joining your game, probably just to watch.
Someone else started spectating me too. I don't know who that is.
Your competitive stalker, probably.
Oh yeah. Trying to learn. Someone trying to learn. Oh god.
Stream sniper, yeah.
Stream sniper.
Oh god, Doomfist, no.
Okay, come on. Okay, no.
Another duel.
How about I just have a teammate come
Oh
kill
my
him?
god.
Oh,
you have unfinished business.
Oh
with
gosh!
her.
All my teammates are. Oh. Okay, you need to live. You need to live, Ash. You need to live. Does Bob stay alive?
Oh, good. Oh man, that. Okay, this one is tricky.
Oh god.
This one we're not just crushing.
Yeah,
like we
the
did
other
last
team
year.
know what they are doing. They are good.
I don't want to
This
get
is a
pushed
hard
off.
choice
So I don't
to
want to
take. Or can be anyway.
Okay, I cannot hit this. Ash's character model is so small. I feel like. Oh, I was trying to like point blank him. Oh, wait, I slept him when he was charged, and then. Oh no! Oh no! Oh jeez! Don't stand next to the bastion.
Ooh. Yeah.
Sigma.
Yeah.
I'm doing better now. I did really bad on my first life, but you're all dead, so. I wonder if I should switch off, Alma.
But you're all dead, so.
I didn't mean that in a negative sense. I meant that more in like,
No, it's just funny, that's all.
I'm gonna actually switch to Zen.
Ooh.
You guys need a Sombra so bad.
Yeah, some kind of a flanker.
Turn up the volume just a couple clicks. Hopefully that doesn't.
Oh, there's a song playing.
Oh
the
yeah,
background.
I always play music in the
Really?
background when I play these kind of games. It helps me like stay focused and calm.
Oh.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I don't like Zen. Let's
The
play
problem
music.
is that the filtering one at a time that we've just been doing, the trickling, has meant that they're getting a lot of ult charge. And so they're
we need to
basically
go.
just able
We have
to
10
chain
seconds.
ult.
Oh,
Yeah, it's okay.
I thought we had
Yeah.
time to regroup. Shoot. Well, that's the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Defeat.
What rank are you guys?
We're not
So,
playing competitive. Oh, go ahead.
I am an unranked player because I haven't played ranked since season 2. And so as a result, the skill gap between myself and Eric was too high to play ranked, so this is quick play. If you guys want to play competitive, I would be happy to step out for a couple of games.
Nah. Oh, I get a loot box if I play tank.
I'm definitely
cool
good
to
with
do
it.
I'll go
This is a way like Blizzard steers you to play like
The
different roles,
the
right?
underserved roles, yeah.
Interesting.
It's like, I'll take a free loot box.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what it means when it says earn a loot box. Does that just mean like play a game as tank, get a loot box, or does,
I think that is what that means. Yes.
Oh, this map
that's
is beautiful.
They must give out a lot of. All right. I have not played Sigma,
He's
but,
fun.
but I love Diva. Diva's my favorite hero in this game. I've got my most hours on Diva. Yeah, Diva, and then Ana. I think. Let me look at my career profile. Let's see. So Diva is that all modes. Diva's 52, then Pharah, then Ana. Yeah.
Wow.
I got a good. It's a good gamut too, right? A tank,
Yeah,
a damage dealer, and a support,
Yeah.
and then support, then Tracer, Mei. That's pretty good. But let's look at all competitive seasons. Yeah, there we go. I play
Yeah.
Pharah a lot in like quick play.
Oh, Pharah is amazing.
I love Pharah. Yeah, she's another example of one of those just like really well designed heroes.
Oh yeah, I like Farrell. She's one of my favorites.
It seems like the whole game to some degree is kind of. Oh, okay, so shift is that like. Yeah. E does that. Right click.
Your shield can be a little weird. Yeah, you want to hold down. There you go.
Okay.
The concept of this hero is so amazing, man.
I think
Sigma.
they've actually added a toggle option to that now.
A toggle option would be pretty good.
Yeah, that was kind of everybody.
Is that in options?
Yeah, it'd probably be under your control options for Sigma.
Toggle barrier on. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Though I could see it being a problem. So his stuff can bounce. Oh, but it's very short range, so it's.
But it's also infinite ammo.
I mean, all the characters in this game have infinite ammo. Some just need to reload.
No reload.
Yeah, there's no reload animation.
There is. You can't just
No,
keep
there's
firing.
other Sigma there. Oh no, that's your barrel.
Well, that's continuous fire and reloading are the same thing.
Oh, this thing like this bouncing of the things is so good. But it's so.
I like that. Like I can throw it up, and even like around the corner, and like it kind of it's like a grenade almost.
Yeah.
It's oh man, this is crazy to me. Like how often you can just pull his shield back.
Ooh!
Oh, I killed somebody. That was an accident.
Oh my
I'm not gonna take
God.
credit for that. All right, let's get on this point. Oh, there's someone here.
Ooh!
All right, so far I'm driving with this. Tanks are probably my best role. I would say is like playing tanks. At least Diva and Winston were like the two. I love playing the dive tanks.
I'm a coward. I don't like playing tanks. I don't like. I mean, even DPS, you know, because you have. It's such a huge responsibility, you know. You have to like be in the front of the fight, and you have to like to deliver, or else like everyone dies. So, but maybe like.
Tank requires a game sense that a lot of people like have to develop over the course of things, because if you need to know when to push, you need to know when to pull back, you need to be aware of your team and the others.
Brigitte's
Like,
down. Bear and I are flanking. Well, we would be if she started shooting. Their Mercy's down.
Ooh.
I love projectiles. Like I like Zenyatta a lot, and so I'm really digging like his projectiles. Like once you figure out the speed of them, like they're really fun to like kind of throw out. Oh shoot! Got him.
Go away, Bob. No one likes you.
That's not true. Ash likes him. Can I lay? Okay, this is annoying though. Oh, Sigma probably. Oh god.
Okay, people are destroying themselves like...
Oh, I could have easily killed... Oh, wait. What does this do?
What does this do?
You put people up and then you slam them all down.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool.
I need to just...
This point, my god.
It's
They
like
just keep
Magneto.
respawning and coming out 1, 2 at a time.
And they're doing a pretty good job of living, I will say. Did you just... Did our Pharaoh just rocket barrage a single person?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a loot box. Just said reward earned loot box at the end of that game for playing tank.
Yeah, it's to incentivize people to play the unpopular roles.
That was pretty fun. I kind of like, I like Sigma. I felt like I did pretty good to that game. Let's see, how did I do in metal? I did pretty good. I did 1,600 damage. I did like nothing. We just won. That could be, that's like right there, like in a team game, that can be the, like you think your performance was good because your team won, but in reality, you didn't really do much. I'll vote for the Orisa. Who could
Always
that
up
be?
with your healers. I would endorse my healers, but I'm friends with them, so I can't. So I endorse the healers on the other team.
Ryan, have you played a lot since World Q came out?
Yeah, not as much as I used to play, but I've been on it. I was playing through the beta and did not have a good time of it. But since the new season, it's been a lot better. I like World Q, but I don't think the matchmaking is very good at all.
Oh, like you think they're getting bad matches?
Through the beta, I felt like it was.
So they have to tinker the system.
I would have tanks that felt like they had never played tank before.
Maybe that a lot of people were like trying new heroes, are like new roles that they normally don't play out a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think the MRI was sort of
MRI?
specific.
Is that the right word? MRI? Or is it just
Isn't it
MMR?
Well,
MRI is like, right, that's a medical thing.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. Oh shit, I'm a healer again.
Yeah, if you don't change, if we stay in queue, it doesn't let us change role between matches. So if you want to shift roles, we have to.
Yeah, just let us know.
But quick plays queues are pretty short right now. So.
You know what I really want to do? I want to kill somebody by like being up against a wall like this, and then like shoot my things out, and then they like fly behind me and like hit the person.
Wow.
That would be a cool way to kill somebody. Can you headshot with these, or are they just...
I'm sure you can.
I think you can headshot with anything.
How far does the shield go? Oh, it just keeps going. Okay,
Yeah.
get back here. Okay. He's down there, so
Ooh.
Mercy low. Good job. Darn. That's a really satisfying, like the rock throw. That's a pretty satisfying move. Even when you don't land it, it feels like powerful. You know, like you're doing something. Like it's a visual thing of like.
Yeah.
Oh, I aimed that too high that time.
Our junk is low. I can't get to him.
So what? Okay, so his like shift. It's like this shield, or it's like this alternative to a shield. I don't really understand how it works.
Yeah, it absorbs projectiles and uses them to build a shield.
Oh, like his normal shield, like the shield that you just poise, or like shield as the energy or the health resource.
I'm not really sure if it like heals your shield or what, but yeah. I haven't played him very much.
I need to not. I keep aiming up. When I use the rock. I need to not do that.
You're expecting me to have
Fall back.
What was that?
Use this corner. They're on top of it.
What's up? What do I need to?
There we go. Let's stay here.
Oh, but someone.
Instead of fighting in the choke, pull back to the corner.
Oh, I felt like we had the choke. Okay, so that can stun me.
I was taking a lot of damage.
Winston is on top of us. He's behind us. He gone.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, he ulted you, but you end up like...
You have a little bit of movement opportunity, and I moved back there. It
Yeah.
worked out. Okay, okay. Do we have any healers up right now?
I am just spawning.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
They got you, but I think that we held pretty well, so...
And I have ult now, and so does Moira, so that's pretty good. This shield this is a pretty satisfying character, I think, overall. It's got a lot of like just does this go? That does not go through shields. Okay, good to know.
Junkrat's on top of us.
Ooh,
She got me.
nice.
On the plus side, the amount of angles you can do. That's my first death, right? Okay, I got a golden limbs.
We got a touch.
Could be worse. 7,000 almost, or 6,000 damage block. Oh, but only one person's left. Okay, so that's gonna be that.
Soldier all coming up during the middle of the fight.
I felt like we held that for a while, but there's still 4 minutes on the clock.
Well, they just got 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. I felt like it was nearing the end of the game, but I guess I was just wrong.
So while I'm glad you're enjoying Sigma, I would welcome D.Va as an alternative to kind of shutting down Junkrat a little bit.
I don't know, is D.Va a good Junkrat killer?
She was in my experience from a million years ago, so take that for what you will.
It's just Junkrat no longer hurts himself.
Yeah.
So, like, tank divers aren't as good now.
He has more mobility as well, because he has 2 mines, right?
Oh yeah, he has 2 mines. So Junkrat's gotten a couple buffs. I don't know when you last played, but okay. But here, I'll go ahead and try it out. I used my ult recently, so. And it seems to me that Sigma Winston would not be very good at stopping a D.Va bubble. Aw, darn, they got another. Ooh, that wasn't good for us. Okay, let's try to group up again. Alright, if you know where he is, let me know and I'll go get him. I see him.
Yeah.
I see him. I did not make it all the way, and now I'm gonna die. Okay. Darn, I almost killed him. Darn. Oh well.
Junkrat ult coming from behind.
Ooh.
He only got me in my baby D.Va form, so I consider that a win.
No more ults.
How's the meta now? I mean,
That was a good hold.
with like this new
Sigma Orisa is the meta.
Sigma Orisa?
Yeah, because like the double shield is I guess really strong. I guess
Yeah, it seems really strong.
Nice. There is something that I don't like about like Overwatch League is that sometimes when the meta is very like stable, you'll get to see like the same matches all over again. You know,
like there's not as much of a display of like the personality of the players and what they're good at because the meta overrides their strengths.
Exactly. And that's why I like.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Frick. Oh, I was so close to having a Diva Bomb, which I think would probably just win us this fight if I had it, but. Oh no. I guess that doesn't do that much damage. Your teammates kind of need to capitalize on you all being like that.
Yeah, it's mostly a displacement piece.
Alright, we've gotten 2 kills. Are we gonna need? Should I Diva Bomb this or do we got this?
I feel comfortable.
Where'd he go?
Zenyatta killed him.
Thanks, Zenyatta.
That's why I like to watch the Gladiators so much, because despite of the meta, they always like come up with something interesting to play, you know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus.
I almost have... Wait, will this save me?
Yeah. I think they got it.
Ooh!
I need 2 seconds.
Good bomb.
Are you kidding? I can't believe that didn't get anybody.
They got him off the point, though.
Yeah, I guess it did accomplish something. It just didn't accomplish what I wanted. Classic elocationary act.
You're really into Austin right now.
I'm more just doing it to make fun of you, Daniel. I don't really understand what I'm saying. Just using the keywords.
Why not, right?
I love being in Baby Diva because I like this little pistol. I love like shooting like right at where their head should be and then just hoping that the gun like hits. And then like when it does you feel so good. It's kind of like Zenyatta. That's how I play Zen too. It's like their head should be about here and then just keep firing. Wow. I guess that was a bad place to use that. I should go back into mech. Big monkey.
I think Soldier has his ult.
Yep.
Their soldier?
Yep.
Our Orisa has their ult. I don't think they know. I didn't realize it was Dave right when I said that.
That soldier is playing a safer game than you do playing Ana, you know?
Oh, okay. Thanks, Daniel.
The guy's like...
We're winning though. Only 18 seconds. We can do this. They're gonna try to dive, so I'm gonna go in as Diva and try to play right up on them to try to delay them for the 10 seconds. Because if they're killing me, then they're not getting on the point. Alright, hopefully that helps. I don't know, maybe I did it a little too early.
Reaper just ulted and got 2 of them.
Nice.
Both of their healers.
I'll be back in just a second. I'm at 75% on my ult.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan.
Sigma's low.
Oh man, Mei is so creepy as well.
Oh, I love Mei. Mei was my main for a long time.
My man,
May's just...
but I mean, it's so creepy when she freezes you, and then you can feel like the other guy aiming for your head, you know? And she
Yeah.
It's so
Soldier's
creepy.
so low.
like
Oh
about
my
her.
gosh, we can't kill this soldier. Okay, here we go. Well, oh, I didn't have ult. I was trying to ult. I thought I had it. We did it. I like was at 95% and like I just went up to ult and like I guess I just assumed I would have had it by then.
It's so awesome.
So I did just from our perspective it was just me flying into the sky to do nothing.
And you're pressing Q.
That was funny. Yeah, this soldier was really good. I think he was probably the best player in the game, but we were the better team. Ryan, you want to switch roles?
Yeah. I want to go DPS.
right. Let's see. Ooh, should we do? I'll earn credits now. What are credits used? That's for buying items, right?
I mean, this is like it's like riding Uber. You know, you get incentives to do what the company wants you to do. You know.
Yeah.
It's like gig economy.
It's a pretty capitalist way of playing the game, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a good way though to get people to balance the queue out so that everyone's getting into queue pretty quick, right?
But that's the problem. If Blizzard needs to do this, there's something wrong with like the balance between the roles, you know?
Is there something wrong with the balance between the roles?
I mean, if a company has to like give you credits or give you free stuff to incentivize you to play another role, it's because like maybe that role is not like attractive enough for you to play because you want, you know?
But I think that we've seen clearly with games that have previously done this kind of role select that while roles are not necessarily attractive, they are necessary for design, and because a lot of people want the highlight roles of the game, they tend to play DPS. This game has a huge imbalance of DPS players being like the focus, which is why in quick play, you guys play a lot of competitive. In quick play, before role select, you tended to get basically like 1 tank, 1 support, and 4 DPS players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you to some degree that maybe it's a flaw in the game design, but also there's a tricky balance because you don't want all the roles to feel the same, right?
Yeah.
You want them to feel distinct and different. Like when I play a support, I have a different role than my teammates, right? I feel like I'm doing something different. But the danger is if I feel like I'm doing something different, maybe I feel like I'm not doing something that is fun or enjoyable, right? Or maybe not, it's not the style of play that I want to do. So that becomes like the thing is maybe just more players prefer as we kind of playing the DPS style. And that creates a problem where it's like, well, you want people to feel distinct, and the DPS role is supposed to be like dealing damage and that kind of thing. And so, to some degree, is it flawed game design, or is it just like, I don't want to say flawed people, like more like a flaw in like the demographics of the game, right? Like, there just aren't enough people who want to play those roles. It doesn't mean that necessarily that they're flawed, though I could see why that might mean that they need to be improved upon. Like maybe if supports were more fun to play.
I agree with you. To say that is a flaw is like it's very. I mean, I'm not saying that it is a flaw, but I would say that like Blizzard could come up with other like mechanics or like ways to designing the roles that would be like, because it's very like cause and effect, you know. I want you to play, so here is free stuff.
Rather than I want you to play, so here's a really fun tank.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, but I think that is a very idealized version of game design that like I don't necessarily. I mean, Blizzard has a lot of money and a big development team, and I feel like that they're definitely trying to do that.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Whether or not they succeed is not entirely up to them. You know, I think they've released a lot of really good healers and tanks in the last while, and it's been a fair bit of time since we got any new DPS, or any interesting DPS anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. Yeah.
So I think that role select was a good decision.
Oh, no.
It was also a necessary evil in the game. And as a result, like, they have to do some of the basic things to incentivize that kind of play.
I love going Pharah versus Pharah.
It is. It's like Top Gun, right? It's like that. It's like that.
Top Gun, yeah.
I don't want to say mano a mano because that's such a gendered term, but you get what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like cowboy stuff. It's like westerns.
Yeah, like westerns and stuff. Yeah, which is still really hyper masculine.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard to describe that.
Samurai
like one.
battle.
That's also really masculine. It's like, how do you describe like one person going up against one person, like that 1v1 style of combat without like evoking that's also, without evoking like hyper masculinity to some degree. We're getting boxed out of this point.
Pharah battle was like a big thing in Overwatch League Season 1, right?
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, Hydration.
Ryan, I got you if you want to come to me.
Hydration played Pharah so good in the beginning of the Overwatch League.
But yeah, but everyone's dead, so I would have waited a little bit, Ryan. I'll pocket you though. I'll just keep shooting you from above. Or from below. I'm above you. I'm above you right now, shooting at you. Oof, that was a good hit.
Teleporter's down.
I have my ult. I wouldn't mind putting it on Ryan or you, Dave. You're probably my two. You have your ult too? Oh, close. Alright. But it looks like we're going through this side. Maybe you want to attack from a different angle, Orion. This doesn't really favor you too well. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I meant to give that to you, Dave.
That was 3 kills. Very nice, Ryan. 4 kills.
Ooh, nice.
Well, at least... Oh, Mercy's still alive. Oh, is she rezzing me? No, she's rezzing Sigma. What? I have gold healing. I just want to let you know, Mercy. What are you doing for this team? Shoot. I thought we won that fight for sure.
Is anybody good at Winston? I think we need something to deal with those turrets, man.
Well, now we're playing roll queue, so you can only ask 2 of us to play Winston.
Yeah, I can swap over. I'm not great at Winston, but I do okay.
That's one of the interesting things about roll queue that I think goes against the initial design philosophy of Overwatch. I'll play Brigitte, because like remember in the very early days there wasn't even a cap on how many of a single hero you could play in your team, right? You could play
4 Hanzos.
Yeah, 4 Hanzos or 3, like I remember an early comp was like double Lucio, right?
Yeah.
Double Lucio and like double Winston and then like double Tracer or something like that was like a legitimate comp, right? That they were like, nah, this isn't how we imagined the game to be played.
That's the thing I like least about roll queue is that if I feel like I'm not doing a good job or someone else isn't doing a good job, I can't really do anything about it.
You're more limited.
You can't just step up and say, all right, I'll tank.
I'll tank. You do something else.
Yeah, and I think that that was something that was really key to Overwatch that I enjoyed at least. Where's what is? Oh god. Okay. I need other healer.
Yeah, it felt more creative, I guess, to play when you didn't have roll queue.
Or like the amount of potential solutions was greater, right?
Yeah.
And I think that the
with the
inevitability
Pharah,
of that is that
can't
the same thing that happened to that creativity is that assholes on the internet just ruined it for everybody else by refusing to actually like try to play the game in an interesting or useful way, and instead just constantly being as kind of difficult as they could.
Sigma low.
Sigma dead.
Mercy Discord. Oh wait, did not even. I can't even get in to help you guys out right now.
Damn it.
Ooh.
I could have killed her.
Yes. Awesome.
I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Oh god, no, not you, not you, anyone but you.
in small spaces, Jack is the best, man.
You saw I was like, trying to get back to that health pack right here, but I just wasn't quick enough.
Oh man, I love to spectate it. It's so amazing. I could use like popcorn now.
Oh, damn it.
That kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the lunch zone yesterday about the joys of spectating someone playing a game. It's like a very different part of the mind that's engaged.
Yeah. I don't like watch sports at all, but I love watching esports, particularly Overwatch, because it's so engaging.
Oh, I just do
nice. Nice, man.
I agree. Though I also love actual sports. I watch a lot of American football.
On the point.
It's interesting that when I'm talking to you, I just immediately say American football. You know, like. But to be fair, I lived in China for 2 years, so I'm used to saying there. Like when I would tell people there, oh yeah, I like American football. It's like there's different names. Lanchio is soccer, and Galanchio is American football. So, I guess I'm already used to self-censoring or something like that.
No problem. I don't fit the stereotype. You know, I don't like. I'm not a soccer guy.
Oh yeah. No, I know. I was more talking about like if you just say football to most people in the world, they think something else, right?
Yeah.
It's not. So, but yeah. So, but anyways, I like regular sports too, but I like esports even more. I guess it just I don't know. It appeals to something like innate. Oh god.
And there is also like they are very close in some ways. There's an article published, a paper published last year. I think it was on Games in Culture or maybe Communication and Sport, the journal. I don't remember what journal it was, but the guy,
Junkrat is Discord.
the team that published the paper, they were like comparing the Overwatch World Cup, how the broadcast was like produced in the World Cup to the FIFA World Cup, the Soccer World Cup.
Oh,
So
neat.
they're like showing like, oh, they are using this kind of like linguistic devices to like show this that you have in soccer, you have in basketball, you have in whatever, you know. It's very interesting because when you look at the Overwatch League, for example, you have like the same tropes, the same way to like narrate the game. It's like you're watching soccer or basketball, you know. It's very interesting. I mean,
Well, I think that inevitably, while games and these kind of competitions are inventing some like new terminologies and new languages in some ways, the way that we spectate, draw, and engage with them is very similar.
Yeah.
And so, kind of drawing from that understood pool of shoutcasting and announcement makes sense to me. I noticed
Sure.
that watching Professional League of Legends for years, is that was very much how that works.
You guys are basically regurgitating the points in my remediation paper with Grusin.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing mine on esports, and it's about how it remediates traditional sports as well as remediates the actual games that you're playing.
yeah. Oh sure, yeah, awesome, man. I want to read it. I don't know.
I don't know how good it will be.
I have no idea what to write anyway. I hope he's not watching this stream.
They went Widow.
Yeah, and Reaper. I don't really feel comfortable continuing to play Winston too much against
Yeah,
Reaper.
Ooh.
Oh, that's okay. There's a widow. I'm just saying. I know that you want to switch off Winston, but there's a widow. That's all.
Ooh.
He's not even trying. He's like,
Yeah.
it took him like 5 shots.
You did half of the work.
I did.
Alright, I'll stay on.
I walked into it.
And I'll try to go and dive on that Widow.
By the way, talking about sports, I've been trying to watch some American football, but it's so confusing, man. I have no idea how that works. I need like a tutorial, like American football for dummies to understand the thing. It's
Maybe
hard.
next week we should play Madden on, and I'll teach you how. I watch football every Sunday because I have a team. You know, I'm like at that level of fandom, right? Where like I watch my team.
What's your team?
The Detroit Lions, and you don't have any preconceived notions about them. They're the worst team historically.
Really?
Well,
Again?
or the second worst team historically, depending on. Well, it's kind of tricky. They've never won a Super Bowl, right? Which is the
Okay.
big one. But they did win championships when the NFL was smaller in like the 50s. So
But there are other teams that haven't won the Super Bowl, or just that.
there are a couple that haven't won the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Okay.
man, we're getting crushed. Oh, that Sigma's super low. If someone can get him.
Man, please be aware of the Widow.
Oh yeah, she keeps killing me.
Yeah,
Yes, okay, there. He needed to die.
because you're going in her.
Alright, I got
cycle.
Widow.
Yeah, but what am I gonna do? If I just stand here, then. I could have healed them faster, but I don't think it would have mattered.
Oh.
Nice shield. What is her name? Zarya. Okay, thank you, Mercy. First time I've been rezzed by this Mercy the whole game. Let's get in there. This was a bad time.
You're holding a grudge.
I'm not holding a grudge. It was just that one time where she just like I thought she was rezzing me and I was really excited, and then it wasn't
Oh, there's
me.
people there. Oh, okay.
The interpersonal drama between Mercy now is a lot different because before it was her ult to res you. Oh, get out of there.
Aha, I got him. Nice job.
Okay, this is going pretty well. I guess, do I want to stay in the pit? Is it gonna be harder for me to be sniped like down here? Is there even a Widow still on the other side? No, they dropped off Widow. Okay, you guys are moving up too far.
Yeah, I know. I moved up too far away. Wait.
Ooh.
Alright, 2 people are down. We really need to retreat and just try to hold our ground until they get back. I definitely can't support healing you all. I can't remember anyone's name right now. Sombra.
We don't have a Sombra.
There was a Sombra on their team to the.
It's McCree.
Ooh. Okay.
I've got ult.
Go, Junkrat.
Mercy's half.
Mercy discorded. Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
Okay, nice. Good job, Sigma.
I'm on Moira. Moira's down.
Ooh.
Touch.
Oh no. Wait, should I play? Is there fast support? I guess Lucio.
Oh yeah, wait on me. Oh, never mind.
Ah, Jesus.
Actually, I hold a
We've got a
grudge
little bit
against
of time,
Blizzard
because
because of
Damn it,
Lucio.
seriously?
Because when they launched the game, like they have like this thing of characters from different nationalities and different cultural backgrounds and whatever. And Lucio is supposed to be like a Brazilian character,
Yeah.
but he's very like American in a sense, you know?
He speaks perfect, unaccented English. And
Does he
Yeah.
speak on accident English?
Nice job.
He probably does.
And that's the thing. The guy, the voice actor is like it's American. It's an American guy.
Really?
But in the beginning of the game, Lucio was like the only one that didn't have like lines in the original language of the character, you know? Because all the characters have like they say something in like for French, for example, or
very
German
nice,
and whatever.
Ryan. Congratulations.
And Lucio didn't have like any lines in Brazilian Portuguese when the game launched. And so people started complaining about it because I mean, if that's a flag that's Blizzard is carrying, so
yeah, they're trying to be like, this is all the world, all the nationalities and stuff.
So they added later, and it was a problem because the voice actor he doesn't speak Portuguese, you know.
Yeah.
So when Lucio in the game speaks like something in Portuguese, for a Portuguese speaking person, you can like see that it's not like the first language of the guy, you know. And it's against like the lore of the character, because the lore of the character is he came from Rio, he has like this relationship with the community and whatever, so it's weird, you know.
Do we still want to stick in the same roles, or do you guys want to switch it up?
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Ooh, Apple Arcade just became available.
What did?
Apple Arcade.
Apple Arcade. Is that like...
It's the streaming service from Apple for games. Apple is doing this. They have like...
That sounds like a bad idea. It's just not their market, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing. They are doing like Netflix of games, you know? When you pay $5 a month and you have access to everything. And the idea is they have like a highly... they do like... They curate the games that they put there. It's not like...
like a big library.
Yeah, they have like... They are launching, I think, with 100 games. So they have like a selection process for which game would be included or not. So it seems interesting because it says like this, someone like picks that game to be there instead of like whatever game you can put. I don't know, I think it'd be like interesting for like indie developers. Maybe.
One of the things I think is really valuable about it as a space is that they have promised a lack of microtransactions within the games that are in the arcade, which is a huge portion of gaming on the App Store right now.
Yeah, and mobile gaming in general.
And I think that by offering a space that guarantees some revenue, that has a user base that is cheap to access and prevents the kind of typical mobile exploitation that you see, I think that could be actually a very promising development in the mobile gaming space.
So is it a streaming service, or is it just like a library you gain access to?
It's a
library.
Oh, okay. Streaming service
It's
is
not
like
like
your
Stadia.
It's
not
Stadia. I was thinking it was like an Apple Stadia, and I was like, that sounds like outside of their wheelhouse by a lot, but.
But Apple is investing in a lot of live services. They have like Apple Arcade. They are launching like Apple TV Plus. That's like they have like original TV shows and whatever. So let's see. I'm very excited about like how indie developers are like going to other platforms like the Nintendo Switch and then the Apple Arcade, you know, because I mean, I don't know you guys, but I personally like to play indie games today much more than like AAA games because how many Call of Duties can you make, you know?
Yeah, a lot of the AAA developers have like lacked originality for quite some time. There's actually a donkey video that came out yesterday about how Xbox doesn't do anything new. Like Microsoft hasn't like developed a new idea in a long time, and I totally agreed with everything he said. I like the developers I like are like Nintendo, like who seem to actually be doing new things with their ideas and consoles a lot. Yeah. But I agree with you, like indie games are where most of the creativity is at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like probably I'm like my favorite games this year, some of them are indie though and some of them are not. So maybe I'm not a great example. It's like I really like Sekiro that came out this year, but I also really like Baba Is You, which is like an indie game.
Yeah. It's weird because I would say that like I love the new God of War, but I'm also like love like Inside and Limbo the same way, you know? They are completely different games, I mean. But they are games that like try to do something different, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be like terrible if they like keep God of War in the same way that they did like for the previous generation. But I mean, it's an amazing game.
I'm in such a minority in that regard. I really didn't like Dad of War.
Really?
Yes, I thought it was trite, cliched, and poorly, like not poorly developed, but poorly written.
Ah, okay, sure, okay.
I'm sick of stories from developers who were one or two generations ago chopping the heads off of women and being just generally horrible, suddenly having this reversal because they're dads now and they think that makes them interesting.
Yeah.
Being a father does not somehow make a character who is repugnant, awful, and generally just like a terrible human being suddenly interesting.
I have an honest question. Is Kratos a human being? That's like a genuine question.
He's like I don't technically a human being. He is a human-shaped person with character motives and ideas.
In D&D, we'd call him a humanoid, maybe. Ryan, I got you.
We're supposed to relate to him as we would a human.
But
so that can just be difficult to kind of deal with.
Oh no. Okay, I can queue. Just give me a second. Okay, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. I know that's not really necessarily like super on brand or on point for what we're doing right here. So
it's okay. I mean, we can do freewheeling discussion. I don't like if like the whole show is dominated by off topic. Like, but I'm about to ask Daniel a really off-topic question once we have a moment of downtime. So
as our host, please do.
Okay. This is just I spent a summer in Uruguay, and I'm just wondering. I've seen how Uruguayans feel about Brazil, which is generally positive, but just like I've seen like the rivalry between the countries. You know what I mean, in like certain ways.
Yeah.
And how they view each other. I'm just curious from a Brazilian's perspective. How do you feel about Uruguay?
About what?
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
You know.
Sorry, what? I mean
the country to the south of Brazil. In English we call it Uruguay. I don't actually know what the Spanish is. Except
a country in the south of Brazil?
Alright, Portuguese. Yeah. Uruguay.
Ah, okay.
How do you say that in Portuguese?
Uruguay.
Okay, so in Uruguay,
sorry.
In Spanish it's Uruguay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure,
But in Portuguese it's different. Okay.
No, I mean, okay. That's an easy question actually because it would be like trickier to answer if you are talking about Argentina, you know, because it's different kinds of problems. Because Uruguay, I don't know how you guys.
Uruguay just for my sake.
That's the problem. Is like we don't have a problem, but Brazil did kind of went to war with them like some time ago in like a very colonialistic kind of way, you know, because historically in South America, after Brazil like became independent from Portugal, they were like trying to expand to the rest of South America and like trying to like and fighting with other countries around. So we don't have a problem with like people from Uruguay at all, but I know that some people there, they see like Brazil as like a violent kind of historic enemy, you know, because we kind of like try to invade the country. So that's the thing, you know. But it's not like, for example, if you go to Brazil, nobody thinks about that, about then, you know. People are like very unaware of this historic past as well. So I guess it will be easier for you to find this kind of relationship on their side.
And also they're the smaller of the countries, right? Like,
yeah.
So they probably run into a lot more Brazilian people than Uruguayans run into. Brazilians run into Uruguayans, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we have this problem with Argentina because there is like this idea that people from Argentina and people from Brazil don't like each other at all, and that's something sport related because of soccer.
There's a lot of rivalry there.
Yeah,
that's how Uruguay feels. That's a lot of what I saw with Uruguay was the rivalry about sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I would say with Argentina it's much better, or much worse. Sorry, much worse.
Yeah.
Whatever the correct intensifier is.
Yeah. Doesn't
I
matter.
don't think we know what the correct
we know what you mean.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, you're good, you're good.
We're talking about the confusing nature of English.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I did a perlocutory act, or illusionary act, or whatever act.
I think that would be a perlocutionary act, because you are ascribing the end result of an action as opposed to the. Bastion, what are you doing? Oh, the Sigma did like his.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I can res. Why?
No, you can't.
Don't. I forgot it takes time. I haven't really played Mercy since the rework.
Oh, I hate playing Mercy.
That's fine.
I hate playing Mercy.
Okay, I do have my alt. Does the alt still refresh the resurrection?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Alright, Admiral, I need to get behind your thing. Keep this shield up. Oh god.
They're blowing it up! They are DPSing my shields! Shields down! She can't take much more, Captain!
Alright, well I'm dead again. I haven't been able to do too much as Mercy. But that's because this Ashe is pretty good.
Ooh! Yeah.
She was right on top of me.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Ryan, don't say it's over until it's over.
The fat lady hasn't sung.
Do you have a nano boost?
Yeah,
No!
There it goes.
That's too bad. That was a pretty intense one.
Oh, sorry, can I make...
Pretty intensely bad.
Yeah, go ahead. You have a point to make?
No, just, I mean, it's not like on show, but I would like just to make a final comment about God of War. I completely agree with you, Dave. I guess there is like a pressure now in the industry to like be more aware of like gender and race and whatever. And I think there is like developers that have been doing this for a while. And there are like people that are like trying to get in the line today, you know, just to like take advantage of this. And I definitely agree. I think God of War is like that in many ways. But I was trying to like, when I was talking about God of War, I was like trying to make a point about how they managed to make a combat system, a battle system that's kind of different from like the previous games. And they improve like, I think there's so much more depth in how this new God of War plays in comparison to the old ones, you know. It's
I
much
would agree
more.
with that.
Yeah, it's much more entertaining, I guess. Like, sorry.
I think that I think that while the combat system in God of War, in Dad of War, is definitely more refined and more interesting than the previous games in its franchise. One of the things that I felt was that it was relatively similar to some other games that had come out in kind of a neck of the woods surrounding it. So while it doesn't have shooting, it still plays like a lot of the 3D third-person action games that we had seen from that neck of the woods. And even going back to games like Dragon Age Inquisition, looking at the melee and range and limited range combat in the Tomb Raider remakes. So I didn't think it was like, while it was iterative on its own series, I didn't think it was that iterative in terms of actually how it nestled within the greater complex of gaming at the time. But honestly, the game's gorgeous, it's well written, it has an interesting dynamic, the acting is fabulous. The problem I come back to is that I just can't invest myself in a story that is so concerned with ultra hyper violence and masculinity in the way that it particularly is. It just puts me off. I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And no matter how good a game it is, which I have no doubt I played the first about 15 hours of it, and it's just like, what it was for me is that it's that first fight against Baldur, where you're just fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and it just never ends.
There's so many DPS heroes, wow. Depending on body.
I don't know, that just didn't sit well for me.
No,
ultimately.
I see. I agree. I think the best moments, the moments that I enjoyed the most about the game was like, there was like little moments when you're like riding the boat between like places, and then the head, I forgot the name of the character.
Hydra, maybe? I don't know who you're talking about. I haven't played the game.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't played. I don't have a PS4.
At some time in the game, you like, there is a character that is like just a head, you know, and you carry the character around, and and it's like the library of the universe, you know.
Oh, okay.
And then that character like tells stories about like mythological figures in like in that like mythology, like Norse mythology and whatever. And it's very like it's well delivered, and it's like a more chill moment. In, you know, the son of what's the name, Atreus it's like fairy tales for him, you know, because he's like interested in that story. He's like kind of like amazed by this story, so you kind of get amazed as well, because I mean, it's like a little detail in the game that I enjoyed so much.
And I agree with you. I think those are definitely the strongest parts of the game. I just wish they hadn't come at the expense of Atreus' mother having to be dead, and having yet another woman in Kratos' life who is dead, and reinforcing so many of the typical business that I just don't like about the kind of the way the franchise has been set up, and that I don't feel that the franchise has earned in relation to.
But how are they supposed to get better? I think this is
a new game. Don't continue God of War.
Don't make God of War. Isn't there a value in redeeming, like?
No. Not Kratos. Kratos is terrible. Don't redeem bad characters.
I think you're being a little militaristic here, Dave. Like,
I'm allowed to do that because I'm like the master of all things. I decide how video games work. I don't know if I told you guys that they elected me president of the universe a while ago.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. President. I did not realize.
Yeah, you need to be careful who you're talking to, because I am president of the universe. So.
Okay.
I just find it interesting that, like, from your perspective, it's like this character can't be like redeemed or made better or be brought into the 21st century, so to speak, or something along those lines. I know he's a 21st century character.
I think that the character probably could, but I don't think you could do it in a game where the character is still the central violent nexus of action and ludic engagement. Because I think those two things are transversal to the way that you want to do. If you want to make Kratos like the house dad or something, that could be an interesting subversion of the character.
And I think you have to like inquire as well why we have to like why does he need redemption, you know? Because sometimes I feel like there is like this poor white guy that like needs to redeem himself, but like it's like very how do I put it? It's, you know what I mean, Dave? I mean, like there is like it's very.
Going below.
Yeah, it's very like.
Yeah, no, I think I see what you mean. If I could try to
please
speak
help
to it,
me.
it's kind of like, it's not that like redemption arcs are narratively uninteresting or bad, but it's that when we typically get redemption arcs, especially from like Hollywood, go away.
We focus so much on redeeming white boy characters who...
Yeah.
Because there's an assumption that also bad things only come from white people, and thus they're the only ones who can, like, right, have a redemption arc. Like, what about a redemption arc for, you know, a Brazilian guy, I guess, like, right? Like, it doesn't seem like those exist as much. Or even just women in general. Like, women are just perfect, so why would they need a redemption arc?
Yeah.
Clean it up.
We got my ult.
And it's like this idea that he has the right to like be excused, you know, he has the right to be like, for people to like now see that he's also a good guy as well, you know. But I mean, it's very I mean, we're not like you don't have like an obligation to now all of the sudden like agree that Kratos is like a good dad and is like a good guy and whatever, you know. It's like we don't have to buy this redemption arc just because he's like white male heterosexual and whatever, you know. You know what I mean? It's like it's very like it's power in a sense, because other people don't have like the same opportunity to, as you said, Eric, to redeem themselves, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Villains, especially villains of color, are treated mercilessly as violent caricatures. Kratos gets to murder his whole family. Nicely done. Gets to mess with people like crazy, gets to be horrible, and then still gets to redeem himself because the creator of the game is now a dad and wants to express and experience that dadhood through this avatar of which he has seen himself for so long. And that's highly problematic.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna make a very weird comparison, but it's like Pocahontas, you know. Okay. It's like a white dude that's like trying to excuse himself from the fact that like white dudes usually like screw up with everything, you know. It's like sorry about toxic masculinity. Sorry about racism. Yeah, exactly. It's like that's the point, you know.
We could still do this.
Nice job, but freaking Hanzo, man. That was a good ult, Eric.
Yeah, well, I was pretty useless most of that game. I just came through in the clutch at the end. But no, yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I think to me, I find that redemption stories, I find them to be interesting from like more of a perspective of like, what do we as a like I'm thinking from an English major perspective, right? Sure. So like, what do we as a society do when someone has transgressed moral codes and like and there's remorse for that, like, cause like, right, cause we can't just, I guess from my perspective, you can't like cancel everyone whenever they do a bad thing to some degree, and so there's like degrees, and so how does a character earn redemption? Maybe Kratos is beyond it. I do find it interesting, not in a negative sense, that we're codifying Kratos continually as white, which he definitely presents as white. He's pale skinned and stuff, but he's also he's Grecian, right? Which is like not a typical what we consider like the Caucasian white narrative, but we've kind of co-opted the Greeks right into our.
And I definitely think that the way he's presented, even prior to that, is that he's very much a Romanized, Eurocentric version of Greek history, and not the more like properly Mediterranean take that you might expect a more diverse writer to do.
Yeah.
So
it's an interesting conversation, though.
Yeah.
I haven't really played a God of War since the first or maybe second one, so I don't have much to add here.
Yeah,
those games are mostly bloodbaths. I guess the new one is more like, look, there's an actual narrative here, right? Like, that's emotionally resonant to some people.
And I think that, really, I think, Danny, you made a really good point earlier, that I think that what it is that the God of War franchise, in doing that, is drawing upon the recent trend of more complex, more deep and interesting narratives that we've seen arise in things like the Nathan Drake Uncharted games, The Last of Us, and other kind of prestige, especially on the PlayStation 4, prestige third-person narrative games, I just personally don't feel like, no matter how well written that game was, if it had been an original IP or had been like a spin-off or something and they had done something interesting, it would have enticed me a lot more than still just ultimately having big, buff, nasty, awful Kratos being the guy who I have to sort of try and run my lens through, and that doesn't work for me. Also, Atreus is Bobby Hill in my opinion. Like, he just like reminds me of Bobby Hill so much.
Oh yeah.
Bit of a non sequitur here, but is today the day for Area 51?
Nope,
Yeah,
that's tomorrow.
No,
Tomorrow.
Friday.
Okay, cool.
So keep an eye on the news.
That's a real non sequitur, but I loved it.
Let me just give another example of the point I was trying to convey. The last Oscars, like Green Book won the Oscar.
Oh yeah.
And that's a movie about a white guy. Like it's like the redemption story. It's like the hero journey of a white guy, like trying to show that he can like get over being a racist, you know, or like racism as well. So it was very troublesome because you're not like telling the stories about racism by the from the perspective of like people of color. Like, for example, other movie directors does this in a very interesting way. You're telling a story for white people, like people to go to the movies, to see that movie and feel better about themselves when it comes to like segregation and race problems, you know. And I feel that God of War is like that when it comes to like hyper masculinity, you know. Oh, you can be like a completely maniac, but you can also be like a good dad and have like love for your children, you know. So I guess there is like this you have to find ways to like show the other sides of the narrative. For example, you could like make a spin-off game of God of War when you deal with like the fallout of Kratos' actions, you know, for example.
Right, all the people he's murdered.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Notice how much longer queues have been now that we're double queuing his damage. I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah.
To some degree, I think that these narratives that we're talking about can be related back to games for a variety, or competitive games. Sorry, just games in general. Competitive games, because let's see, who do I want to play as here? Let me just make my pick. Sure.
You talk about Bastion's redemption from being a mindless tree killer to.
Well, no. I'm thinking of actual people. So like, I'm thinking of like in competitive games, it's very masculine. Generally speaking, when you're watching, like, there are female players of like, and I don't just mean casual female players. There are like competitive professional female players as well, right? Of Overwatch and of like StarCraft 2. There, Scarlet, for instance. There's not very many, so it's a very masculine kind of space, and a lot of times because, and I'm not blaming streaming for this, but streaming culture, especially because most professional gamers are also streamers, when your life is that much on camera, a lot of them end up having moments where like kind of masculine, toxic masculinity, right, creeps up in their streams in really unhealthy ways, right, and results in kind of like this kind of weird like relationship, right, with competitive gamers who are like fundamentally like kind of really masculine in these bad ways.
Yeah.
And what do we do with their stories?
Is having a challenge right now with dealing with some of those circumstances because they're cracking down on attire and are making decisions about people, and it's
I want to see this kill cam. He's like, oh, there he is. Okay. And I kind of just stood around for a sec. Okay.
Again, you did half of the work.
I was really hoping that like I would just draw the team back and like the other team would put their backs to us, and that did not work out.
It would be funny if there was like the same guy
that
that played like Widowmaker the other game, you know, when you were playing Zenyatta.
Oh, yeah. He's shooting me, he's not healing.
Badasaurus. That's our thing.
I got like the whole team looking at me.
Badasaurus.
Somebody do something. That was funny. I felt like I was doing my job, but I wasn't doing it good enough, I guess.
I think Ryan's doing his job really well. I want to just say, good job, Ryan.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay,
I'm on point, by the way.
let's go ahead and switch it up. Okay, so they have a Hanzo.
He's on point. He is on point.
Suck it.
So Eric, you've been talking about like streamer culture.
Killed Darth Vader.
Yeah, so like,
Masculinity,
it's like I'm thinking. Okay, so like I'm gonna bring up a particularly nasty moment from a very popular stream. I know that Admiral Stanley has his own feelings about this, but I'm gonna bring it up just as an example of like the toxic masculinity that like what's going on with it? That was really weird. I couldn't shoot for a second. Okay, anyways. I had to back up. I'm gonna die. Alright, so there's a moment in PewDiePie where he was streaming PUBG and he called a he used the N-word in a bad way, right?
Gaming moment.
Is there a good way?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, there is a good way.
No, there is. I guess there is no way. But there's like he used it as like a slur, right? As opposed to like primarily when it can't. Okay, I can't use it in the way that some. Okay, so like black people, right, and there are people who can use that word in a different way, but PewDiePie can't use that word in that way, right?
He can't use the word. I mean, he was trying to offend someone. He was using like that.
Like,
okay.
I guess what we'd say in English is hard R.
Okay.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now PewDiePie has like like a bajillion years on of his life on stream already, right? And I'm not saying that what he did was excusable or anything like that, but rather, if you've got people with toxic masculine characteristics, like part of their, I don't want to say part of their DNA, because it's not innate to any person, it's learned behavior, right?
Yeah.
But if you got somebody like that, and their life is on stream because they're a professional gamer or whatever, like, you're very likely to have, finally I kill somebody.
Oh man, come on, Eric.
Dude, don't even start with me, Daniel. Okay.
Sorry. Do you prefer positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement?
I like both. I like you ribbing me. I find it fun.
Okay.
It's part of playing games together. It's more like I'm trying to talk about like the nuances of racist language while trying to
headshotting someone.
Yeah, while trying to headshot a Hanzo. It turns out that's a difficult thing. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I don't want to be in that. I'm glad.
This game is amazing.
So we're gonna lose that. Okay. I take the full blame. I take full blame. I had less than 1,000 hero damage. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
wasn't.
drop us from queue so we can reselect roles.
Yeah. Are you saying you need to get off DPS?
Yeah, it might be a little bit.
No, I'm gonna play DPS again now just because you said that. You can't stop me.
That was not at all what I was trying to say.
Dave.
I'll tank.
Let's see, what time is it? It's 4K, so 1:40. So we probably have 1 or 2 more games in us. But because we want to be hard stop around 2, because there's another show after us at 2:30. But anyway, so I think it creates this kind of, because like you guys know the Twitch stream fails or something like that. Our live stream fails. It's a subreddit on Reddit, right?
Oh, nice.
And it basically what it does is it highlights when streamers do make social faux pas. That's like the general gist of it. And I think one of the things that's interesting about streamer culture is like compare a streamer who has to be live for 8 hours a day creating content, right, while playing a game versus like Jay Leno, right, who is on live for like 40 minutes each night, right? And like so it's kind of, I'm not trying to redeem or anything like those people, because when they do those things, they're displaying clearly toxic masculine behavior and they're reinforcing it to their audience that that's okay. There's so much problematic stuff with it. But what I'm trying to see is like I'm trying to make a connection between our God of War, this is a bad guy, how can they be redeemed, like all this stuff, with like professional gamers who often have toxic masculine moments on their streams, and then how do we deal with them as a competitor, right, in this space, in like relation to their toxic masculinity, like that crops up occasionally on stream.
Sure.
Yeah, I
That
see.
makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. I mean, you're gonna like make a mistake, like eventually, but the problem is like, in which ways, like for example, a guy like PewDiePie that's like streaming all the time, 8 hours a day and whatever. At some, my question is, I mean, you probably like much more like acquainted to streamer culture. I don't like watch a lot of streams. I like to watch more like organized like events, like Overwatch League and Hearthstone Masters Tour and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like usually watch streamers, like individual streamers, but at some point, I mean, they are probably aware of like how their audiences respond to like certain kinds of actions, you know, and they're also like the platform itself, like Twitch, has like ways to like highlighting some streamers and not others, you know. So in which way you think like there's like the toxic masculinity of streamers are like how it is produced, you know? That's my question. I mean,
I think for one, it comes from like just we have a toxic masculine culture, right? I guess so what I was trying to do, and maybe I think I was fumbling through it. It's partially because I was playing, and partially because I don't know what I'm talking about. But like more, I was just trying to make a connection between this idea we were talking about with like, can this hyper masculine character who's all about murdering things be redeemed? Can we tell a story about them being redeemed? Is this the appropriate time to tell that story or appropriate context? And then how do we deal with how do we redeem potentially the toxic masculinity of a lot of male streamer culture? And I'm thinking of a particular positive example, I would say, is there's a streamer, I do not remember their name, sorry if that streamer happens to be tuned in, who's they're like one of the top 2 speedrunners for SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. And this is really really idiosyncratic like community of people who want to speedrun this SpongeBob game for the PlayStation 2 or whatever, right? Or I think it's for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. But maybe it's the previous one. I don't remember what generation it is. But anyways, basically that streamer was really toxic in I think mostly like a homophobic kind of way for like a really long time. And like he faced some repercussions for it from the speedrunning community. And then he had like 2 years of sustained like being better. And like he was like actively trying to be better. And so like if we look at like his 3-year career, let's say we take the last 3 years, he had like the first year was terrible, he got called out on it, and then he took a break from streaming, and then he came back and he tried to be better. At what point do we like kind of allow this individual to like re-enter the community, and do we accept them, like, you know what I mean, like thinking, or do we always have them kind of not, do we always like say no you did this bad thing, we like you're always going to be an outsider to somebody, like I think that those are some really difficult questions to answer.
Well, and I think all you have to do is look at Me Too and the death or lack of death of careers of people like Louis C.K.
That was someone that came to my mind.
And so I don't think there are hard and fast answers to any of this. I think a lot of it's going to depend on the individuals, but personally, being very like hyper individual in this instance, I pretty much, once somebody's made a pretty serious, like I have never said the N-word on the stream or basically at all, and like I've never called somebody a slur, almost never, even when I was a horrible troglodyte of a human being as a younger man. And so I kind of feel like you don't really make those mistakes and then like get to like come back a lot on my end. And I know that's just kind of how I feel about things, but like I don't know, I just feel like you just kind of don't do that. Don't be a bad person. Like things are bad.
I agree. Don't be a bad person.
But that's we have a problem that is
simplifying things too much.
But do we view? But the thing is you're kind of viewing toxic masculinity as like innate or something like that.
Yeah, but it's not. That's the.
I had a 100 on that Zen. I did all the damage, and then I got sniped. Anyways, I was just surprised that
I agree with you that it's not like innate. And the problem is, like, for example, when you have to be toxic to like have a good like career on streaming, for example, that's a problem. You know, that's a problem because you have to like, if you don't do this, you don't have like enough like viewers.
Career, because I know a lot of streamers who are not what I would call particularly toxic dudes who have been, Kriparian is Like,
Yeah.
he's a salty dude, but he's not a particularly toxic dude. And he's
No, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I guess I would disagree with the assessment that someone has to be toxic for their career. They're all, I bet you toxicity helps. Like, who's that? There's a live streamer. What's his name? He's got a big nose. That's all I can remember. He's very popular on the live stream fails. I have a big nose, so I'm not, like, I don't know if that sounded racist or something. I don't know what I could do to say. But I'm trying to remember what's his name. Well, like, he's super freaking toxic. Like, everything I see on live stream fails is like him degrading women and like things of that nature. And so that's like his shtick, right? And I'm not saying that's okay. I'm saying like there are people who make money off of being toxic.
Yeah.
And like that's also an interesting thing to talk about. Like, what do we do with those people?
Well,
Stop
Milo
giving them
Yiannopoulos
money.
went bankrupt after we stopped letting him talk places. Maybe we deplatform them.
Who?
Milo Yiannopoulos,
Okay.
the Nazi, like,
Yeah, I know who Milo is. Yeah.
alt-right guy, yeah, like, so like we deplatformed him, stopped letting him have appearances and talk and stuff, and he went from being on Bill Maher to like being bankrupt and not being able to go to like, you know, Midwest Fur Fest.
Oh,
Like,
come on!
Speaking of Bill Maher,
I like went around and I snook all the way around. I come out of the tunnel.
Ryan.
All right, well, yeah. Well, Ryan, what were you gonna say?
Yes, he is. We were just commenting on the fact that Bill Maher's the worst.
Yeah, he's not a very good like liberal spokesperson, so to speak.
No, he's horrible.
Okay, I suck. I'm so bad at this game. I don't want to play anymore. Okay, I'm done playing Soldier. Do they have a Widow, so Pharah's bad? Like, all my normal
Yeah, but
picks
they're-
are bad
they're,
here.
Maybe
they're
Thor, but they will
Doomfist,
not
it's kinda-
expect this.
Okay, I haven't even played the new tour. Where there? Okay, we'll play.
Really? Okay.
No. What is?
Good
What
old
is?
Yorbles.
Wait, what is this? Oh, I thought that was his armor pack.
He doesn't
They
have an
don't.
armor pack anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He has a turret, he can
got
go
shotgun.
into his mode, and then his ultimate now lays down lava that does damage.
Yeah.
I've got ult. We can move in when you're ready.
So
I killed somebody. Okay.
Shields down.
Yeah, put the turret there.
I was gonna put the turret right over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, I can't do it. F? What? I don't know what I'm doing.
If you once you blow the turret up, it's on cooldown for a few
I didn't
seconds.
know. I didn't know I had to blow the turret up. I just tried to place it somewhere when it was still alive. We'll put it up here.
Classic.
Classic.
So, when I was talking about the platforms, because there are like a lot of studies and papers that highlights how platforms like YouTube, for example, they usually content with like more extremist like positions are usually like more well received by the algorithm.
job.
So this is the point, you know. For example, if you do like a moderate content for YouTube, whoa.
I don't like being sniped.
It's probably that you get like less views than like a
She
more
was
toxic
dead ahead of us around the curve. I don't know where she is now.
stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a problem as well, because I mean, this kind of like discourse, it's more like.
I guess they saw me.
Mike, yeah.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh my god, man.
This widow has just got my number. I actually am not doing bad though from my medals perspective. I got 5 medals, so I thought I was doing a lot worse than. Should I try it
But
again?
five medals don't mean anything if we don't win.
No, I know. I meant like,
shit.
remember how I was doing really bad on DPS before? Don't see me. Don't see me. Oh, I guess there's a voice line. Shoot.
Man, you're just your only goal is like to get revenge, you know.
Oh, you can cancel his thing now by clicking. I didn't. Shoot. Okay, the fact that I have gold damage is really bad for our team because I'm not doing anything. Okay, Junkrat will be good. I can like double my jump. Yeah, like.
Watch out for the Zarya shield.
So here's a question.
Yeah, don't charge her shields.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So here's a question that like. So like.
The widow again.
This widow is just this widow is okay. So what is the best widow counter Obviously.
Winston.
No, can I switch to Winston? I know who I... Oh, we have a Widow. I was like, I'll just be Widow and kill them, but there's a reason why we can't do anything. It's because our Widow is...
Our Widow is not better than their Widow?
Yeah, that's like one of the worst things actually about all of Overwatch, is that if you have two Widows, it's like the team with the better Widow just wins. It like really makes the game worse.
Oh my god.
Are you laughing at my aim?
Yeah, sorry.
That time the Orisa killed me.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I don't know what... I just don't know what to do. I'll just play Reaper.
No, but I mean, you could play Genji, but you have to engage, you know? You have to
Yeah,
like,
no, I
be
knew
in
I had
her
to get...
face.
Yeah. That makes sense. We're just... I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time. Okay.
What? Why not, right? Let me just like stay here for no reason.
Okay, so I guess I'll just do this for a little bit.
Ah, nice.
Just don't get too far from the payload because we are in overtime.
I was hoping just...
Nice.
Yeah, we got 3.
That's good.
Orisa is basically a health pack for you now.
Thanks.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm back here.
Nice.
I'm gonna go just distract them at their thing. If I die, it's not a big deal.
Wow. Ooh, man, nice.
If you get headshots on Orisa as Reaper, you really... Ooh. They'll never expect this.
Never. They'll never suspect it.
No, I just leave. I'm just like, okay, bye.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
We got what we wanted.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I did a really good
nice.
job there because like
Yeah.
I killed the Orisa like just by going into their base and stuff.
Yeah,
it
it
seemed to
was-
work out pretty
It
well.
was amazing.
I will say I like only play Reaper like once in a blue moon. Like I've got like under 2 hours played of Reaper, but I've got like a 90% win rate with him.
This is your redemption story.
This is my redemption story. Okay, I'm invincible. This is actually good. Like they're dying on the payload, which will give us time to do our stuff. Do I have...
Just stay on it though. No one's on the payload. Kick it.
Ooh.
Nice try. Oh,
Yeah,
the
he-
soldier
he
turned
was
around.
smart. He was
but
smart.
he died. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's good. Keep going for that. Wow,
Yeah.
I'm having a pretty good game. That's surprising because I suck. Ooh, but we're all dead. Okay, I do have my ult, so let's go.
We're gonna group up.
I'm gonna sneak behind them and ult when you guys engage. Just let me know when you engage.
Okay.
God, that guy's ult just feels like it is always up.
Nice.
I got
Yeah,
two.
two.
I got 2.
Yeah, but they got 3, so.
They got the. Oh darn it.
Yeah, they Doomfist is just on our behinds. He's really a pain.
I'll try to headhunt the Doomfist.
Okay.
Got him. All me.
Ooh, he got stuck there. Oh.
I tried at the last. Oh no, we're all like that. Ryan,
Yeah.
Ryan, you got this, Ryan. Okay.
Honestly, I'm really impressed we got the second point at all.
I'm surprised I have a bunch of golds. Not saying that means that like we deserve to win or anything, just that
Well, we don't deserve to win because we didn't.
that this will be our last game, right, for the night. But I more just found it funny because like I got like there was like a 3-minute period where Daniel was just laughing at me because every time no in a good way because every time I would leave the thing I'd just get sniped by Widow. Like it was like I just didn't do anything for like 3 minutes. So to finish the game strong and like doing some actually pretty good stuff felt pretty good. If we have a couple minutes left though, is there anything we want to recap from the session or any threads we want to grab onto?
Well, I mean, I feel like we've, solved racism and dealt with toxic masculinity over the course of today's sitting. That's pretty good.
I feel like we did the opposite. We basically said these things exist, and we were like, I don't have any clue what to do with them now. But that's all right.
Yeah, it's a good.
Ryan, do you have anything from our session today? How is it? To focus on like the main theme of today for 3 minutes. We like most of the time when we play these competitive games in the arena, it's just me playing, and so today it was like squad work. So how for you guys, and Daniel, you're included in this. How does playing in a squad like with your pals differ from just playing like a competitive game, especially a team game by yourself for you?
Well, I think normally there would be a little bit more coordination and teamwork than just sort of grouping with randoms. I'm not sure if we got to that point today, but
yeah, I think that makes sense.
I could see that. I think for me, I could see it when I played support the most. Because when I was like a support, especially when I was Ana and Dave was my co-support, I definitely was trying to look for Dave and make sure that he was topped off like first. Like you know what I mean? Like my priorities were a little switched.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I was taking care of you guys more than anything.
I noticed.
I got mine, you get yours, right?
Gotta take care of the stack first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think it was a very interesting experience playing a competitive game on stream with you guys, but from home, where I'm like playing with my mouse and my keyboard and my monitor instead of like having like brought my materials into the lab or whatever. Like, I think that's kind of a different thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it was a good experience to play. I think that the stream's gonna have a kind of a different take depending on if we're like really focused on being successful at the game. So like when we were playing TFT last week, like we didn't really have a lot of time for idle conversation between the fact that I was showing you what was going on and like we were really focused on like trying to do well. Mm-hmm. But since all three of us know how to play this game, I mean, and that might be a stretch for saying I know how to play this game, but there's a lot of other conversation happening and like different things which kind of change the direction of the tone, and maybe we weren't coordinating or we were or whatever, and none of that's bad, but I think it's just different, and I think it creates a very interesting environment.
No, I agree. I think that it definitely was a little different, especially like if we're just comparing arena streams. Like 2 weeks ago I didn't even play a game. We watched a whole day's worth of the Global StarCraft League, the GSL. We just watched a group of the group of death from this particular season 3 in the round of 16, and I just watched it and I commentated on it the whole time by myself. So like that's a lot different than what we did today, for instance. And so it's interesting. There's a lot of different. That metaphor in and of itself encapsulates maybe the difference between playing Overwatch with your friends on stream and watching, right? And like watching an esport by yourself, right? There's a difference there in terms of the conversations you can have and stuff of that nature. But it is too. So you guys, thank you for joining us and playing Overwatch, and you guys on stream, thank you for joining us and watching us. And have a fantastic day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.